in Denver, Bo Nix was the sixth quarterback off the board in the 2024 draft, and he finished with 29 touchdown passes, not only the most among last year's rookie class, but the second most by a rookie in NFL history, just too shy of Justin Herbert's record. But one of the most impressive feats for Nix was how quickly he learned head coach Sean Payton's complex offenses. But apparently, Bo Nix didn't have a lot of brain freezes last year. Field, What are your expectations for him in year two?
Yeah, Hannah, they're high. Bo showed some really good things on film this past season. I thought his downfield vertical passing was excellent in the second half of last year, but I don't think we talked nearly enough about the Broncos offensive line, which is in a league that is covered so exhaustively, not something you can say very often, but they were the #1 NFL offensive line, and not just run block win rate, but also pass block win rate, and by a lot. They were at 74% last year. Only one other team in the league was even above 70. That was the Vikings at 72.2%. They have all 5 starters expected back this year for that offensive line. They reinvested in veteran left tackle Garrett Bowles. To me, a lot of reasons to be optimistic about this Denver team, because a position that we always find ourselves talking about where teams don't have enough talent or enough depth in October, November, and December, the Broncos are about as well positioned as anybody in the entire league at that offensive line spot.
I think you're absolutely right, Phil. I think their roster is loaded. When you look at what they've done here since Sean Payton got there, I mean, look, the young receivers they've drafted to go with Cortland Sutton. You mentioned the offensive line. They bring in Evan Engram, the tight end. He should be a huge help to Bo Nix. Overhaul the running game with J.K. Dobbins and their second-round pick, R.J. Harvey. The defense adds 2 guys from the 49ers, Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga, to a defense that already includes the defensive player of the year in Pat Surtain and another guy, Nick Bonito, that finished in the top 10 in defensive player of the year voting. We talked about the Chargers earlier. I think the biggest threat to the Chiefs in their division is this Denver Broncos team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And Mina Kimes, she rated the top defenses, and she had the Broncos at #1 going into the
50 NFL executives and coaches came out in Mike Sando's annual survey, and they've got Bo Nix tied for the 20th best quarterback in the league, below Geno Smith. Geno Smith's been in this league 11 years. He's made the playoff once. Bo Nix has been in the NFL 1 year, in a division last year with Herbert, Harbaugh, Andy Reid, and Mahomes in the AFC, and he made the playoffs. Sean Payton and I love Bo Nix. We're apparently on an island because they even have him below Tua, who's smaller, not as athletic, more injury prone, and I'd say Bo Nix slightly has the better arm. I don't get it. Well, not to pick on anybody, but the last 2 years, people have been telling me Quinn Ewers is something, and I keep saying I don't see the great traits. 5 of 18, 2 fumbles, sacked twice. I didn't get it at Texas. I don't get it. I don't see what everybody sees. Now, I know he dropped to the 7th round, but before the draft, people were talking 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I don't see it. You got to have a trait I go wow with. Not a great anticipatory thrower. He kind of slings it. Did not look like he was. I mean, he looked like it's a long way to go, and that's what I've been saying for 2 years. I thought Jackson Dart was better than anticipating. I thought he threw with anticipation. I always thought he was pretty athletic. I thought he looked really poised. I thought he looked really comfortable. Like a Bo Nix, maybe a little more athletic than I gave him credit for. But, when he got drafted, I said, I probably wouldn't give up picks to draft him in the first round. But you have to be pretty happy. 12 and 19, 154 yards. Again, looked comfortable playing with backup offensive linemen. Good arm strength. I thought he was impressive. I thought he was really impressive. I don't want to hear about Anthony Richardson's age, okay? He's hurt again. Nobody cares about age and experience. You're in year 3. You got to be able to play. And so I had said this going into the season. He has Shane Steichen, one of the really bright offensive minds, and he regressed last year. So he was a boomer or bust pick. I just think by this time, you can't be taking those hits, and it feels like a miss.
Welcome, NFL faithful, to a story that's setting Broncos country ablaze. 50 NFL executives and coaches, in Mike Sando's annual survey, have slapped a no 20 ranking on Denver Broncos quarterback Bo Nix, tied for 20th, below Geno Smith, a veteran with 11 years in the league and just one playoff appearance. This is an outrage. Nix, in his rookie year, faced the AFC West's juggernauts Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Andy Reid, and Jim Harbaugh, and still powered Denver to a 10-7 record and a playoff berth. Nix threw for 3,775 yards and 29 touchdowns, second most by a rookie in NFL history, just 2 shy of Justin Herbert's record, while mastering Sean Payton's complex offense with minimal mental errors. Yet, they rank him below Tua Tagovailoa, who's smaller, less athletic, injury-prone, and lacks Nix's arm strength. Broncos fans, are you as furious as we are? This disrespect must end. While Bo Nix fights for respect, another quarterback's hype is fading fast in Denver's shadow. Let's dive into the Quinn Ewers enigma. Let's shift gears to a name that's been overhyped. While Denver's star rises, Quinn Ewers, analysts hype this former Texas quarterback as a second, third, or fourth-round pick. But I've been saying it for 2 years. Where's the spark? In his final college season, Ewers went 5 for 18 in a critical game, fumbled twice, and got sacked twice. No elite traits, no polish, just a quarterback who slings it and hopes for the best. Now in the NFL, drafted in the 7th round, Ewers is struggling to prove himself. Compare that to Bo Nix, who stepped into Denver's lineup and delivered 29 touchdowns as a rookie. The Broncos front office, led by Sean Payton, didn't fall for the Ewers hype, and it's paying off. Denver's focus on proven talent over potential is why they're a playoff contender. While Ewers fades, Denver's roster is stacked with young stars ready to dominate. Let's talk about the Broncos' breakout weapons. Broncos country, get ready to cheer. Denver's offense is loaded with firepower, starting with wide receiver Courtland Sutton, who hauled in 82 catches for 1,112 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2024, thriving as Bo Nix's go-to target. Sutton's veteran presence and sideline artistry give Nix the confidence to sling it deep, and their chemistry is only getting stronger. Then there's J.K. Dobbins, the new running back signed to revamp Denver's ground game. Despite injury concerns, Dobbins rushed for 805 yards and 8 touchdowns last season with the Ravens, and now, behind Denver's elite offensive line, he's poised for a 1,000-yard season. Add in rookie R.J. Harvey, a second-round pick with 4.3 speed, and this backfield is a nightmare for defenses. With Evan Engram at tight end, the Broncos' offense is a ticking time bomb ready to explode. With an offense this potent, Denver's defense is the perfect complement. Let's dive into the Broncos' lockdown unit, led by Pat Surtain II. If Denver's offense is a time bomb, their defense is a fortress. Anchored by Defensive Player of the Year Pat Surtain II, who had 4 interceptions and 12 passes defended in 2024, this unit is the NFL's No. 1, as rated by Mina Kimes. Surtain's lockdown coverage forces quarterbacks to second-guess every throw, and he's only getting better. Edge rusher Nick Bonito, who finished top 10-inch DPOY voting with 8.5 sacks, brings relentless pressure. Add in new signings Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga from the 49ers, and this defense is a brick wall. In the 2024 season, Denver allowed just 17.8 points per game, second best in the league. With Surtain praising Bo Nix's growth in practice, he's a veteran QB. Already this team's chemistry is unmatched. The Broncos are the Chiefs' biggest threat in the AFC West. With this powerhouse roster, Denver's foundation is rock solid, starting with their elite offensive line. Let's explore the unsung heroes protecting Bo Nix. The backbone of Denver's success, their offensive line, the NFL's No. 1 2024, for both run block win rate and pass block win rate 74%. A full 8%, ahead of the Vikings 72. Bifinger R. No other team came close. All 5 starters return, including veteran left tackle Garrett Bowles, who anchored a unit that gave Bo Nix an 85.0 passing grade when kept clean, compared to 39.8 under pressure. This line is Denver's fortress, paving the way for J.K. Dobbins and rookie R.J. Harvey while protecting Nix for big plays to Courtland Sutton and Evan Engram. In a league where depth wears thin late in the season, the Broncos' O-line is a Super Bowl caliber advantage. But even with this stacked roster, not everyone believes in Bo Nix's future. Let's unpack a shocking prediction that's rocking Broncos country. Brace yourselves, Broncos fans. ESPN's Seth Walder just dropped a bombshell. Bo Nix will lose his starting job by 2027 and be done in Denver. Walder cites Nix's 20th-ranked completion percentage over expectation. Does 4% and 22nd-ranked yards per dropback 16. Despite that elite O-line, he claims Nix's 430 rushing yards and 4 TDs mask deeper flaws. But hold on. Pat Certain II, the Defensive Player of the Year, raves about Nix's veteran poise and off-season growth, saying, "He's bigger, stronger, and more confident." Sean Payton's offense is built for Nix, and with a one defense featuring Surtain, Nick Bonito, and new additions, this team is a juggernaut. Walder's prediction feels like a cheap shot. Nix is here to stay. Speaking of Sean Payton, his reaction to the Broncos' preseason win over the 49ers shows a team hungry for perfection. Let's wrap this up with the final piece. The Broncos demolished the 49ers 39-inch their preseason opener, but Sean Payton is furious. Despite the blowout, Payton blasted his team's sloppy start, illegal man downfield penalties, pre-snap errors, and a sluggish first-team effort. Bo Nix went 6 for 1 for 31 yards, and the starting defense struggled until Nick Bonito's late spark, but there's hope. Backup QB Jarrett Stidham shined, going 1-4 for 15 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. The defense forced 4 turnovers, with Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga showing why Denver's unit is elite. Payton's anger isn't weakness, it's a call to greatness. With Nix, Sutton, Dobbins, and a one defense, the Broncos are ready to shock the AFC. Broncos country, the stage is set for 2025. Bo Nix is ready to silence the haters. The O-line is unstoppable, and Sean Payton's fire will drive this team to glory. Can they dethrone the Chiefs? Will Nix rise to the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more NFL drama. Let's ride.